ya Ukimwi duniani, World AIDS Day, ambayo inatarajiwa kufanyika tarehe 1 mwezi wa Disemba, ambayo ni mwezi wa kesho au mwezi unaokuja. Kwa sasa hebu tusikilize ni kipi ambacho kinajiri katika jiji kuu la Nairobi, ambapo shughuli nzima inaendelea.
The school disrupted, and we have a group of parents growing, especially in the slum areas, of adolescent fathers. These children, because of the law, face severe punishment even when the sexual intercourse involves children and other girls of the same age. We want to note that due to lack of education, and education not just to the girls but also to the boys, they are not well informed that engaging in early sex could lead into a pregnancy, and as the law takes force, we find that we are losing also the boy child in the discussion around sexual and gender-based violence because of lack of knowledge and understanding the legal environment. The proceeds of this marathon are going to be used to target people who inject drugs, especially the vulnerable population. So far, we have about 20,600 people who inject drugs in the country, and every year we give a drug we call opiate substitution therapy every day to about 10,000 of them. While they're on the recovery path, the challenge we are facing is that they lack accommodation and nutrition support. They also lack psychosocial support and family support that is required because most of them have moved from homes to the street dens. We are also trying to work with other government agencies to ensure we do skills building and economic empowerment, and also most importantly, try and ensure that they have been registered within civil registration to have identification document. Most of them do not have IDs, as well as be able to benefit from the health reforms where they can be facilitated to access the social health insurance fund. And this is why we really want to ask men to partner with us. Men and boys traditionally have been leaders, but in the HIV response across the country, the people we find sitting down talking about this disease are women and girls. We want to reverse that and say that if men can come to this fight, the remaining 10% shall be done. I wish again to thank the media for the work they've done over time to continue educating the public on HIV. We'd like to say that the journey is not over, and the end of AIDS is not yet seen. But we are hopeful that if we make these bold steps like what we are doing today, we shall see the end of AIDS in our lifetime. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ruth, for such information. If you look across this room, the majority of the people who are here are men, isn't it? Now, the majority of them are men, and the problem we have had is actually directed to men. The percentage of those who are affected by AIDS are men, especially even with the boys. So the endangered species is, or are who? Men. So you understand now why this run and also this World AIDS Day is important for especially the men who should actually be in the forefront in fighting this, so that at least it does not affect you that much. Today, our president is not there. Is another meeting in another office in Atlanta. Therefore, I would like to have the CEO to comment on something before we continue, so that at least you give us a brief of what at least Kenya could do in ensuring that a lot of institutions are partnering with us to ensure that the information that we give out reaches to the wider community. And the reason, as I said before, is of course the popularity of athletics and the fact that the Kenyans really would like to see our athletes participating, and then also being the ones who are the ambassadors of the issues that affect the Kenyans. Madam Sue, you can brief us on what the President would have said. Just come over here.
Thank you very much, and again, good morning, everyone. On behalf of Athletics Kenya Executive Committee, where we represent with Mr. Korir here, we want to pass this information that as Athletics Kenya, we are very happy that this event will take place on 1st of December. We are committed as Athletics Kenya to support this event, and we are calling upon our elite athletes and the upcoming athletes to come and compete in this event. It is a great event. Let us fight it. Let us fight it the same way we have fought doping as Athletics Kenya, the same way we are fighting GBV as Athletics Kenya, is the same way we want to commit that we will be involved in the fight against AIDS. So I want to call upon all the athletes, all the coaches, please encourage your athletes to come and compete during this event. I want to ask the technical officials kindly make this event a success. Make sure that you do what is expected of you and do it professionally. I therefore want to take this opportunity to say that we support this event and we are happy to have it. And for the organizers, you are doing a great job. Just know that Athletics Kenya is behind you. Thank you very much.
Keep on turning around. Thank you, Madam Sue, the CEO of Athletics Kenya. Now, before we continue again, I would like to invite Dr. Posira to give us a brief and also introduce us to the people he's working with very closely. Karibu.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chairman Barnabas Korir and your team led by the CEO of Athletics Kenya, the Chairman of NSDCC, the CEO, Mheshimiwa from Amisi. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Members of the Fourth Estate, we are really delighted that you are able to join us and the entire community. I will not be making remarks, but I will be inviting some people to make the remarks. That's why I'm not seated. My boss has spoken, so it will be. I'll be given a letter when I go back to the office. A letter called saying notice to show cause, and accused of insubordination, and I don't want to do that. We are in the response to end HIV as a public health threat by the year 2030. However, there are some drivers and some patterns that we have seen that are threatening to impede this journey, as the CEO said. There's a figure that she quoted, and we might lose sight of it being just a number. I want each one of us to take their phone and open the calculator section of the phone. I want you to type 242,000. That figure divided by 365. I want a member of the Fourth Estate to give me an answer. A journalist to give me an answer. What does it result to? What is the answer? What is the answer? 663. Those are the number of adolescent children aged between 10 and 19 who are impregnated in Kenya per day. Those are the ones in 2023 who presented with pregnancy at ANC now facilities across the country per day. 660. CEO, if that 11-year-old kid who presents with pregnancy somewhere in Karachuonyo at 11 years when she's supposed to be in grade 6, grade 7, dreaming of becoming a CEO like you, will she ever become a CEO? The life of that child is transformed negatively forever. So the issues we are talking about as men, because the only pregnancy that was not caused by a man in this world is one. And we all know it. We all know it. So all these other pregnancies have been caused by men. That's why we are saying let us focus on men and boys as champions. I, as a father, I have a role to play in changing. You, as members of the fourth estate, have a role to play in disseminating this information, which will be sharing with you the data that Dr. Masha shared, so that we can tell the whole world on why we are focusing on men and boys as agents of change and for the health and well-being of themselves. So before I go further and make some remarks, there are community members whom we work with within the HIV space, Bwana Chair, and I'd like to give just 2 or 3 of them a chance to say something. I'll start with a youth advocate here in Nairobi, a young man who has, volunteered to pursue this cause of ending AIDS as a public health threat on a voluntary basis. Duncan Ochieng, you can come and just make one remark before I invite Ahmed. Duncan. Makofia Duncan, let's encourage you.
Good morning, everyone. So, my name is Duncan Ochieng, a youth advocate. I've been doing this for quite a while because we realize that we as men, we are being neglected in one way or the other because we fail to get services that we require as men because we are afraid of fear of discrimination, victimization, stigma, because we understand that men outside here, the community believe that we are strong. But in aspects of health, mental health, gender-based violence, we are left out because everyone assumes that you are okay. But when it comes to our health, men don't prioritize their health. They look into girls more than themselves. And that's why we really appreciate that the management and the Dr. Masha, we have done enough. And I think where we are heading to, we are like giving some hope to men. And that's why I do advocacy purposes, especially for boys and men. Because if we don't come out and speak, if we don't come out and get tested, we will really not know what our health really means to us. And if you get tested and you know your status, you have helped the other person. So I really think that on this World AIDS Day, I'll advise men and boys, let's all come together, let's get tested, let's know our HIV status, so that you can help a friend to help another friend. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Duncan. Next, I'll bring a girl, a lady this time round, also to speak of the support they will be offering to men and boys during this World AIDS Day. Madam Monica Wadhome from the Voice of the Black Child. Kindly clap for her as she comes. Monica.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. You can move closer.
My name is Monica Wadhome. And I want first to thank our CEO for this opportunity that he has given us. And I want even to thank our Bushiri, Mr. Bushiri, because he has given me this opportunity to talk on behalf of the young generation. In our organization, the Voice of a Black Child, we talk about to stop the stigma and even educating the young ladies about the sensitization of HIV. So I want to say thank you for these opportunities of World AIDS Day, because this time you have done it differently. And what I can say is that we can call out the young ones who are out there when you are to register, so that they can register and do the right thing, because we are going to learn more and learn in a different way that we have never done it. This organization and this day is so different because it's not even about the HIV people. We are calling even those who don't have HIV to come and register and spend the day together so that we can learn more about HIV and sensitization. Another thing that I want to talk about is about the young ladies and the young ones who are involving in sexual who are involving in sex without protection, so that they can use protection, so that we can stop HIV from being spreading. So this is the time so that we can learn more. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. A clap for Monica. It's not easy for these young ones to come and speak on behalf of all of you, members of the Fourth Estate and these senior people who are gathered here. So another round of applause for them. Thank you, thank you. Now I want to bring Ahmed Said. Ahmed Said is heading a group for people who inject drugs and, trying to get others into, out of that practice so that they can also live meaningfully like the rest of us. And he's based in Kwale, but he came purposely to support this agenda of World AIDS Day 2024 here in Nairobi. Ahmed, a clap for Ahmed as he comes.
Okay. Good morning. I was checking time before I say something that is not right. Thank you so much, the CEO, all protocol observed. But I just want to say, around October, I was in Greece, Athens, for a conference. And we normally put on badges. So they saw that I'm a Kenyan. And then they asked me, are you from Kenya? I say, yes, I'm from Kenya. I say, you guys are known for athletes, And I was like, I thought Kenya, we were all known by demonstration and being COVID millionaires, but we are known because of athletes. So let's clap for our athletes in Kenya. They make us proud out there at the global space. So my name is Ahmed Mohamed Said. I am a person with history of problematic injecting drug use for a period of 14 years. And I've also stayed for a period of 17 years, although I look 14 and sometimes I look 17, but I've stayed 17 years without the use of drugs since the year 2007 till date. And with that, there had been a lot of milestone, first as a person and also motivating other communities. I am the first person in Kenya to take a needle and syringe as a safety measure, not to encourage people to use more drugs, but to curb the HIV. Because you've heard the CEO talking about the numbers. And for us, as the people who use drugs, we have a prevalence of 18.7%, which if you compare to the general population, which is 4.7%, we are more at risk because of the criminality that is surrounding us, because of low income that is surrounding us, because of the stigma and discrimination that is surrounding us. So I really want to urge us, based on those prevalence did not come from other planet. They came from us. It was through injection, it was through unprotected sex, and I'm happy we are talking about men and boys, because for us as men, if we don't go to treatment, I'm not a doctor by professional, but by association, I have doctors. If we go for treatment as men and our viral load are suppressed, we are not likely to infect other people, because the body autonomy for our women, they can be positive. They can have sexual intercourse with us, and the possibility they might not affect us. But for us as men, if our viral load are high, we are likely to infect our girls and women. And if the girls suffer in the society, all of us will suffer. It is said, educate a man, you educate an individual. You educate a woman, you educate the whole society. But that doesn't mean that men, we should not be empowered. And I really join us. Let us meet at Nyayo Stadium for us to go to this race. This race, it's really against time. But Kenya, because we win races at the global space, let us also make sure we win this race of fighting the long-term pandemic of HIV against the people who use drugs, against men who have sex with men, female sex worker, and young boys and men that we have, and even our ladies. Thank you so much, and over to you, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ahmed, and thank you for being at the front line of changing the lives of those amongst us who at one time fell onto the trap of using drugs. Thank you. We will be bringing somebody to give us information about the registration processes and what it will take so that you can broadcast for us and cascade it as much as possible. But before then, I would like to introduce one of our senior community members. Again, a champion at the front line every day that you can rely on, Churchill Alumasi, to tell us why we should not send our wives to the ANC to know whether we men are positive or not. You know, some people, they wait for the time their wives become pregnant, they go to the ANC, to the antenatal clinic, and then when the wife comes back home with a negative result, you go and tell your men, mimi niko sawa. You know? There are many people here. I can see people smiling like that. So Churchill, karibu sana. Clap for Churchill.
Thank you, Basile. Quick one. Good morning, everyone. Chair AK, Chair NSDCC, CEO NSDCC. First and foremost, my area MP, Charles Kimose. Pleasure to meet you finally, in person. Chair AK has just said that this room majority is men. I'd like us to do an experiment and put a VCT outside there. Statistics are showing us that men, they don't show up. And even if they show up, they do not go back to pick their results. So these are some of the challenges. You know, as men, we are supposed to be the breadwinners. And for men, we normally say sickness is weakness. We'd rather go out and talk about betting and about other things. We don't talk about our health. So we'd really like to thank NSDCC this time round for having brought men and boys to the fore. It is important for this to happen because I didn't introduce myself. My name is Churchill Alumasa. I work with Discordant Couples of Kenya. So Discordant Couples is where one partner is HIV negative and another is HIV positive. I'd just like to share with you the fact that every new HIV infection happens in a discordant relationship. One has to be negative, one has to be positive. This is why we are saying, and we are encouraging men to go test, because where it has reached nowadays, it's very easy. It's no longer the death threat of the 1990s, when everybody was scared about it, like what happened to COVID. So we are encouraging men to see if they can test. So this year's focus is on boys and men, and we are very happy. It's going to be a game changer. Men need to be at the forefront of the fight against AIDS. We are racing against time. We're supposed to end HIV and AIDS as a public health threat by 2030. It's 6 years from now. It's the last steps of the race that keep on getting harder and harder. So as a part of this, I'd like to encourage all of us, especially the men. I also speak for a group of people called vulnerable populations, who are the fisher folk, the discordant couples, trackers, and people from the prison community. So I'd like to encourage all of us to show up on Sunday first. You'll be given the registration details. Please come and help cheer us. For those of you who are professional athletes, iko pesa. Make sure you come and see if you can win that prize money. And then, and it's for the family. I'm also, since I deal with families, I'm also encouraging you to bring the kids along, because races are from 2 kilometers all the way to 21. So nyinyi na watoto, I think there'll be an area for kids. Mnaweza leta hapo wacheze kidogo as the races continue. So it's just an encouragement that we come along, and yes, men continue to do your proxy testing. Munatuma bibi zenyu na mkae mkijua your wife's HIV status is not necessarily the same for you. So my final message is this. I'll speak in Kiswahili or in Sheng. Majamaa na maboys, raundi mmefikiwa. Those who know.
Thank you, Churchill. You never cease to amaze us. Asante sana. Now, because it's on Sunday and people have to register, what we did as NSDCC, we partnered with one of the media houses in the country to help us raise awareness, do the public relations that is necessary and sensitize the public, because that is not our space. We are not experts in that, and that's why the media for us is a very strong partner and a very important partner in our journey. So I'd like to invite Margaret Waidera from Cape Media to just come and take us through what it takes to register for this marathon. Margaret?
Good morning once again. First, I want to say a big thank you to Athletics Kenya for this opportunity. We are very excited to be on this platform. Like every other speaker has said, it is the pride of Kenyans, and this is what really unites us together. Thank you, Madam CEO. Thank you, Chairman, as well, and all protocol observed. We are working very hard. My name is Margaret Waidera, and I'm part of the organizing committee putting together this event. We are working so hard to have each one of you join us on Sunday. It is a big day, and we are calling out on everyone, the young ones, parents. We are looking at this more as a family approach, where we're having the fathers coming along with their young boys and men in the house, the mothers tagging along their young girls, and the adolescents also coming along, because this is an event that involves the whole family. As we target to promote the health of young men and boys, the bigger goal is to have a healthier society. So we are looking at each one of you joining us on this day, and if you're able to do so, you can register through the website. The website registration, that is WAD for World AIDS Day, WAD24.nsdcc.go.ke. I'll do that again, WAD24.nsdcc.go.ke. We'll capture your details. We'll ensure you have your race kit, you have your T-shirt. It's a very beautiful T-shirt. We're going to be unveiling it this morning, it's already afternoon. We're going to be unveiling it here. You get your race kit, and we'll have a finisher's medal for everyone who's going to finish their race, and a certificate of appreciation as well. You can also register through the SMS code USSD. You dial star 826 star 86 hash, star 826 star 86 hash. And if you want to do mobile transfer via PayBill, the PayBill number is 4098795. Account number is World AIDS Day. For this, registration for adults is 1,500. For anyone under 18, that is 1,000 shillings. And we are looking forward to seeing you on Sunday. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for Margaret. So what we have told our team to do is to share the information that Margaret has read with all of you on soft copies, but also we have given you these hard copy flyers in case you wish to refer to them immediately. So the information is there. The program starts at 6 o'clock in the morning, as guided by Athletics Kenya, when we start with the 10-kilometer wheelchair race. We have to be inclusive. We have to also include people with disabilities in our planning, and then the 21-kilometer race, followed by the rest. We believe that by 11 o'clock, we should be done with the races, and then commence the formal official World AIDS Day commemoration 2024. In the afternoon, we have a global village, which is all-inclusive. That is what Margaret was referring to, and Churchill, when they refer to a family affair. So there will be something for the dads, there will be something for the moms, there will be something for the children. And it will go all the way up to evening, and we will have a special session for the youth, what we call a youth summit. Because we are seeing the trend among young people. And that's why Dr. Masha was referring to those adolescent pregnancies, issues of sexual and gender-based violence, issue of new infection. If we curb the new infection among young people, then we'll have a young cohort which is growing up to be of economic use of the country and offer the country the demographic dividend that it deserves. But if somebody contracts the HIV virus at 15, therefore they have to be on a lifelong treatment, and that impacts on their maximum ability to contribute to their family, themselves, and also to the economy of the nation. Thank you very much, and I would wish to hand this over back to the chair, Nairobi AK Barnabas Korir. Asante sana. Na mimi mpigie makofi kidogo.
Thank you very much, Dr. Posire, for presentation that you have given us. Before I hand over to the chairman of the NSDCC, I would like to make just a few remarks. Because, you know, when we received information that they were going to organize the race here on 1st of December, as Athletics Kenya Nairobi region, I didn't take it into much account, thinking that maybe it was not going to go through. So we received a few delegations that came to see us, which was by Posire and the other team. You know, we have so many activities in Athletics Kenya taking place in Nairobi here and also all the parts of the country. Later on, I realized this partnership, which was being proposed by the team, was actually very serious. So we appointed a team from Athletics Kenya, Nairobi region, to see how they can support you. And it is really amazing that within the short time that we have worked together, as I've seen a lot of work that has been going on. And we have come to understand now what it's all about, especially when it comes to issues of AIDS. We have been taught by Ahmed and the other young people of the problems that our society faces. We know now what the men especially are facing, and the fact that the cultural problems that we face is still hindering us in fighting against these menace. At least Kenya, we are also facing the same problems, not only in the issue of AIDS, but mainly doping and also gender-based violence, which, of course, yesterday you might have seen what the Minister of Sports was launching. And there are quite a number of other committees that have been set up, even including by His Excellency the President, to fight this gender-based violence. We have also another team that are also running in Eldoret on the same issues that we are facing as Athletics Kenya, and of course the main one is doping. So we are not new to this, and now we see that this is an area that we need to partner and work also with our athletes. There are also quite a number of them. We never know what could be facing as families or individually. So this is an area that we have to work together very closely to ensure that even our members from or athletes fraternity would also use this as a platform to fight against doping, not only even individually, but also their families. So I can assure you that we will also work very closely and to make sure that we support this program, which is very important to our community. So thank you very much for coming to us so that we can work together. And you have seen, as they have also said, that the ambassadors of this country are athletes, what they have done for this country, unifying the nation in times of problems. The sports that actually has put us together as a nation. And nobody talks differently. They will not say this person is from another tribe or this one is from another area. We work as a team. When it comes to training, we have athletes from Nairobi training in Iten, others from Iten training in Ngong, in different places, but we have never come across an issue where there is tribal problems or individual difference in our communities of athletes. So we welcome this, we'll join you, and I urge the team from Athletics Kenya, Nairobi region, to engage with others to assist in ensuring that this event is very successful. We have a very short time, a few days remaining. It means that we have a lot of work to do, and to start even promoting this event within 3-4 days remaining, so that our athletes from all over the country can get to register, also to come and run here. I have seen the benefits also from these activities that we are doing for fight against doping. Our athletes also will learn something substantial, and that is really good for us, because if you are winning that kind of money that I've seen here, it's good. What we are doing now is to make sure that our athletes also can earn something out of the activities they are doing, and we appreciate the fact that you came up with a prize money or a price structure that will benefit them when they come and run and promote these activities. They'll also go home with something that they will also give to their families. Therefore, I would like now to take this opportunity to welcome the chairperson of NSDCC to come and give his speech. Karibu. Pigia makofi.
Thank you very much and good morning. The chairman, Athletics Kenya, my CEO, Dr. Ruth Masha, my colleagues in NDCC, esteemed partners, community representatives, members of the 4 states, ladies and gentlemen, habari zenu. Today is a great day when we come here to launch the World AIDS Day 2024 marathon. I want to start by calling us to have a moment of silence to appreciate our fallen heroes on whose shoulders we stand on, who have gone through a journey which has not been easy when this pandemic was not what it is today. I'll call for a minute of silence. Thank you. Today, I want to invite all of you, Kenyans, to participate in the World AIDS Day 2024 marathon. Today we come together to amplify a shared message that every individual has a role to play in the health journey of our nation. This half marathon is a call to action for all of us to actively support the critical health goals, including HIV testing, treatment, and viral suppression. A key priority in this journey is the engagement of men and boys. As the speakers who are before me have mentioned, I think as men have fallen short of testing and being, even in matters of health, we are the last ones to go to hospital. I think we are encouraging men to know their status not only on HIV, but other various diseases that affect us every day. Before, through stigma, we used to know so-and-so is maybe suffering from HIV because of the status or the condition of their bodies, the way they look. Today, I want to state today that there is nobody, you cannot use your eyes to know who is affected. We are all the same. So I would urge every one of us to participate and full participate, which is essential not only to fight AIDS, but also address the bolder challenges of unintended pregnancies, gender-based violence, and among adolescents. The interconnected challenges, often referred as the triple threat, demand our focused attention and action. I want to to reiterate today, ladies and gentlemen, that this event carries a clear, urgent message in the race against time. A call to end AIDS as a public health threat by 2030. Achieving this goal, which requires unwavering involvement and commitment of every sector of the society. The organization and realization of this marathon highlight the strength of multi-sectional collaboration. It is a testament to the power of teamwork across the public-private institutions. Together, we can forge the partnerships needed to end AIDS and build a healthier Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, our commitment also extends to addressing our critical health challenges, including tuberculosis, substance use disorders, sexually transmitted infections. By focusing on health well-being of boys, men and boys, we aim to create a more inclusive, supportive environment that promotes a better health for all. Today, I want to thank you all, members of the 4 states, our partners, AK Kenya, my institution, the NSDCC, for these successful days that we are launching the 2024 World AIDS Day Marathon. I want to welcome you all, na nawaambia asanteni sana, our partners, tukutane Nyayo on the 1st. Thank you very much. God bless you.
I think, Madam CEO, you need to get more gadgets so that you don't keep on changing the seats. You need to put us up to date with current equipment. I think before we actually talk about the prizes, thank you very much, Chairman, for this noble cause. We are really proud as AK to partner with you. And I can assure you that my team here, and of course the national office headed by the President of Athletics Kenya and also the CEO here, that we will do everything to ensure that this event is going to be successful. We have talked about the marathon, but we need also to know now, because we got the information and we needed to find the route, the course where our athletes are going to run. And we have our own international route measurer with us here, who can actually lead us, because he's the one who has gone around to measure. Unajua sasa akitembea anaenda na baiskeli. He has to walk around with the bike to make sure that you get precise measurements, that when we say it's 10K or 21K, it is actually 21K and can be certified as so by what he has done, and also sending information also to the World Athletics to confirm the same, so that when an athlete runs fast, then we know the exact time is the correct one. I therefore invite George Kariuki, Secretary of AK Nairobi Region, and also a technical person from World Athletics concerning route measurer. He's also working with Ibrahim Hussein, who are also international technical officials, that they help us to ensure that we have technical issues taken care of when they are here. Karibu, George, to give us the course. Do we have...
Just sit.
Just come here. They want to hear your voice. Just come here.
Thank you, Chairman. All protocols observed. Technical people talk technical issues, and very briefly. The race is on Sunday. The order of events will be wheelchair is going to start at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. Then at 7 we have the half marathon. At 8:10 we shall have the 10 kilometers. Then we shall have the 5 kilometers family fun run at 9. That's how the events are going to run on that very day. We have done the measurements of the routes that we are going to use, and we have divided them into 3 major sections. All the races are going to start along Uhuru Highway at Toyota Kenya, just opposite Toyota Kenya, towards CBD. And the one that I'm going to talk about more is the main race, which is the half marathon, that is going to go all the way towards Westlands, and it will turn at Museum. From Museum, it will come back to CBD, a little bit of CBD, because we want to clear CBD as fast as possible for other road users in the city. Then we shall concentrate on the upper hill side of the city, where we shall have a bigger part of the run. From there, we shall come down and come to the eastern side of the city, which is the industrial side, industrial area side, and then we are going to finish our race at Nyayo National Stadium, inside the stadium, and that will be the end of all races. All races are going to start at the same position, same point, and they are all going to end at the same finishing line, which is within Nyayo Stadium. Thank you, Chair.
That's a brief one, eh? Yeah. You can sit here. Don't worry.
Okay.
You sit there. Madam CEO, see the problem now. You have to do something. Yeah, we're not changing. Now, George has given you a very brief course or the route map which the runners will be using. They are also going now to make sure that they put it in, they write it down, the map itself, so that it can be sent to the public, and also all the social media where our artists are participating in. We'd also want to send also to the media houses so that they can also pass the same information to the public. We want to make sure that everyone knows which the route is going to be. Secondly, we are also trying as Athletics Kenya to make sure that we don't, we make sure that the road users are taken care of so that they don't complain, especially those who are going to charge on Sundays. We have had issues where they are not, if they are not informed early enough, they are not comfortable. So we want to avoid those areas where it can affect their movement when they are going to church, to ensure that everybody is taken care of. The most important thing, especially for the athletes, of course, is the prize money, as I mentioned earlier, that we are thankful of the team here, that they came up with a prize money structure that will also benefit our artists. We are also going to publicize it, to give it to the athletes to know that there's money here when they come around. 21K. We have 21K, 10K, and also the wheelchair. So the prize money, I'll start with the wheelchair, men and women, which we'll also give to the media so that they can write it down, is position 1 is 100,000. Position 2 is 70,000 shillings, both men and women. Position 3 is 40,000. This is the wheelchair. Position 4 is 30,000, and position 5 is 20,000. This is good money, especially when it comes to the people with disabilities. They have always wanted to participate, and we are happy that you consider them also to be part and parcel of this, because they are also Kenyans, and we need to take care of their needs also. So that is their price structure. We will send that information to the public, to the media, so that they can see that there's quite amount of money that they can win also. I now come to the 10K for both men and women, 10,000 meters or 10 kilometers on the road. Position 1 is 100,000, so it's a substantial amount of money, considering that this course National AIDS Day is actually trying now to support those who are living with AIDS or prevention. And they managed to raise some prize money for our athletes so that they can come. When they come and run, they learn something, and they use that money also to help their families. As I say, number 1 is 100,000, number 2 is 70,000, number 3, 50,000, number 4, 30,000, number 5, 20,000, number 6, 10,000, number 7, also 10,000, and then number 8 to number 10 is 5,000. So it is, when they come and run, they need something to go home with. Now the big event now, which is 21 kilometers, the longer one. You know, nowadays Kenyans are very interesting. They call even 5K marathon. Even cross country they say it's marathon. So we want to change. We want to change that perception that, you know, marathon is 42 kilometers, 10K is 10K, 21K is 21K. Cross country is actually called cross country. It is not a marathon. So this is a nation of athletes. They love athletics, but we need also to learn what it is. Not only about running, to learn deeper on what is the different categories of competitions are, so that we know. We don't ride cross country as a marathon. This is what we have seen. We are trying to engage with the public to know that marathon is different from cross country, from 10K, from 21K. Therefore, 21 kilometers for men and women, the first position is going to go home with 250,000. So upige hii mafuki jameni, hiyo ni pesa mingi sana. Number 2 is 200,000. Number 3 is 100,000. Number 4 is 50,000. Number 5 is 40,000. Number 6 is 20,000. Number 7 is 10,000. Number 8 to number 10 is 5,000. So you can imagine the spread. I am happy also the input from our team from Athletics Kenya, that they spread it across so that at least every person who competes will go home with something. That there's no, you don't put the lump sum only from number 1 to number 3, but you give a chance to also to number 10, that it covers everybody, that majority of the athletes can also benefit from that. So we are really happy about that, and we will, as I said before, we will continue to support you. And Athletics Kenya, either Nairobi or national, these are chance now that from today, even when you finish this meeting, you start the work. You have to meet today to ensure that you plan. Because we have a problem with anti-doping matters, there are regulations that we have to cover also. Registration has to be done, and then of course collection of bib numbers is done a day before. Athletes are not allowed to come and run in the morning without picking the bib numbers. Bib numbers, I mean, is running numbers the following day. So it's not allowed, and it is through the efforts of World Athletics, ADAG and AK, that they agreed that way to make sure that no athlete will try to cheat to win the prizes. So we want to stop that, and that's why the cooperation that we have to have with everybody is necessary. I'm happy, and I thank also your team chairman. That it's amazing that how you work very closely with officials from Athletics Kenya. We have not received any complaints. I was not there, and the comments I received from the team here is very, very positive. You know, I was expecting maybe there's some conflict because of the time limited in organizing this event, but what I've received is positive. And in fact, my deputy chairman here told me that we need to work with you people to make sure that this event continues yearly. And I can assure you, if you come early next year, we want to make it really big to the level of Nairobi City Marathon or the Standard Chartered Marathon. We have the capacity as a federation. We have a technical team that can upstage the level of an event to the international standards. So if you want that, we will do that for you, but give us enough time so that we don't let you down. We ensure that we inform the police to block the roads. We inform everybody concerned, highway rules, regulations that are required, so that everybody is taken care of. We don't want to have issues that will arise from the event. We want to make sure that our athletes, all those runners who will be participating, are protected, not to get any injuries or any problems competing on the road that day. Otherwise, thank you very much, and we appreciate your partnership, and we'll continue assisting you. I think now we have come to the end of this press briefing. But before that, and before we launch the 8th Marathon Open, we would like to have a few questions from the fourth estate. If they have any issue, I'm sure you are happy you don't have any issue, we can actually go ahead. Otuge, you are smiling. You have any question? Anyone who has questions? Yeah, if you have a question for AK or the chairman, can you shoot it, gentlemen and ladies? You are very happy, huh? Yeah. Nobody has any question? Why? Today you are so happy today.
You said athletes has no conflict.
Yeah.
Athletics has no conflict.
Yes. Okay. So anyway, thank you very much for attending this press briefing. Yeah. We would like everyone now to support this event, especially the media. I'm very happy that all of you are here. We'll work together very closely to ensure the success of this event. Therefore, we would like now to declare this 8th marathon open. So we come here, the team. Susan. Yeah.
This is for? We will work together. 2 kilometers. How can you give me 2 kilometers? 2 kilometers.
Edwin, I think I will go with 2K, yeah?
Mimi na chia unatupatia 2K.
We will work.
Okay, sawa. Wacha tukiwa na chia.
2. I will need ambulance to follow me.
Bila shaka ni matayarisho ya maadhimisho ya siku ya Ukimwi duniani ambayo inatarajiwa kufanyika tarehe 1 mwezi wa Disemba. Taarifa hiyo kwa sasa inatupeleka katika mapumziko mafupi, lakini tukirejea nitakuwa narejea na mgeni ambaye atakuwa anajiunga nasi kupitia njia ya mtandao kuhusiana na swala la ufufuzi wa viwanda nchini, ambaye anafahamika kama Davis Kambale, ambaye ni mtaalamu